likely to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta as the next president of the Republic of Kenya in 2022? Will that person be William Ruto, who is the current deputy president of the Republic of Kenya? Or will Raila Odinga finally succeed in his bid for the presidency? Or is there a chance that Gideon Moi might be the next president of the Republic of Kenya? Or do we assume that there is a wildcard candidate somewhere who will succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta? And what are some of the factors which are likely to determine the next president of the Republic of Kenya? Those are the questions which most Kenyans are currently asking. Because we all know that 2022 general election is not going to be an ordinary election. Because the president is going to go home. A new president will have to emerge. It's not a new president will have to be elected. And the president 2022 general election is not going to be an ordinary election. The president is not going to defend his seat. He will be going home. So a new president must be sworn in 2022. And we also know that succession politics in this country are always very interesting. For those who remember, before the term of the former president Moi came to an end, there were some people around him who were really pushing for the candidature of Musalia Mudavadi, because they believed that the only way to stop Raila Odinga was to push for Musalia Mudavadi to be the next president of the Republic of Kenya. But that never succeeded. But one man, John Michuki, came up with the name of Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta had contested for the presidency in 2002 against Moi Kibaki. And after the post-election violence, Uhuru Kenyatta was made the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. And because John Michuki had served as the Minister for Internal Security, he had access to a lot of intelligence. So he pushed for the candidature of the current president Uhuru Kenyatta, and then engineered a rebellion within the ODM party. And we also remember that George Saitoti had to be eliminated. And most people believe, up to now, almost 80% of Kenyans, that George Saitoti was actually eliminated to pave way for the succession politics of 2012. Because if George Saitoti was alive and contested the way he wanted to do, the equation would have changed completely. So succession politics is not an easy thing. It's complex because several factors are in play. But let us begin by the possible candidates who are likely to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta. At the top is William Ruto. We all know that Ruto is the current deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta promised Kenyans that he was going to support his deputy in 2022. Of course, I want to give Uhuru credit. Up to now, he has not said otherwise. But his deputy has been impatient to an extent that the president had to make this remark during the launch of the Building Bridges Initiative. Listen in briefly.
Race hii ni ile ya kuhandover, unajua? Si ndio? Inaitwa relay. Unakimbia ule mwingine anakugojea pale, anatakikana kukugojea ndio ashike aendelee, si ndio? Lakini sasa my brother William hapa amepinduka, anakimbia nyuma.
So William Ruto is actually the front runner in the race to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta. He's the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. He's already moving around the country. And you can say, being the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, he has access to certain information. So that's number one, William Ruto. Number two is Raila Odinga. Will Raila Odinga finally succeed in his bid for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya? We all know that in March 2018, Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta had the handshake. And because of that handshake, the relationship between the deputy president who had been promised the presidency and his boss deteriorated. And most people have always believed that Uhuru Kenyatta is likely to support Raila Odinga in 2022. And there are several reasons why they believe so. So will Raila Odinga finally succeed in his bid of becoming the next president of the Republic of Kenya? Is it possible that the system, because we all know for a fact that Raila Odinga has never been the president of the Republic of Kenya because of the system. He always has the numbers, which has never counted. Raila Odinga has had the support across the country, which has never succeeded. Is it possible that this time round, Uhuru Kenyatta and the system might finally agree to support him? The third guy, who is also in the race, is Gideon Moi. We all know that Uhuru Kenyatta became the president of the Republic of Kenya, not because of any other thing, but because of the former president, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. I know allies of the deputy president always argue that without the support of the deputy president, Uhuru would not have become the president. The fact of the matter is that Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi picked Uhuru Kenyatta from what most people call drinking den or changaden. Then he appointed Uhuru Kenyatta, then nominated Uhuru Kenyatta to parliament, appointed him a minister, made him the KANU chairman by the time he was leaving office. So Uhuru's success in politics is directly attributed to the former president, because before the former president picked him up, Uhuru Kenyatta had actually tried to contest severally without success. And as a result, there's always this narrative, and this is why the deputy president fear that he might be betrayed, that there was some kind of arrangement between the Kenyattas and the Mois, that Moi was going to succeed and then hand over to Uhuru, and then Uhuru then hand over to Gideon. I don't want to rule out that possibility, although sometimes I strongly believe that 2022 election is not for Gideon Moi, and that's why most people believe that probably between 2022 and 2027, Raila Odinga is going to be appointed, to be made the president, so that he can be a transitional president to pave way for Gideon Moi. So I don't know, but you can't rule out. If Uhuru Kenyatta became president just by the fact that Michuki proposed him, what stops Gideon Moi from succeeding President Uhuru Kenyatta? Then the fourth guy is actually Musalia Mudavadi. There are those who strongly believe that the compromise candidate is actually supposed to be Musalia Mudavadi, the safe pair of hands. So that if Uhuru is not going to support Raila Odinga, and Raila Odinga is not going to contest, because clearly the two guys have never discussed succession politics during the handshake. They never discussed succession politics during the handshake. So there's a possibility that these guys might agree to support a compromise candidate. Of all the people contesting, I am sure Raila Odinga would easily support would easily support Musalia Mudavadi. And again, Uhuru Kenyatta would also easily support Musalia Mudavadi for such a kind of, if such kind of arrangement exists. And Musalia Mudavadi has also been waiting for such kind of an endorsement. Whether it's going to happen is something I can't know. And the last guy is Kalonzo Musyoka. So in this country, we have those 5 presidential candidates. And one of them is going to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta. Kalonzo Musyoka has been the vice president of the Republic of Kenya, has been a NASA co-principal, has been the running mate to Raila Odinga on 2 occasions. Raila Odinga might agree with Uhuru Kenyatta that let's do this. Wewe wacha Ruto akue president from your side, from my side, tumpe running mate Kalonzo Musyoka, so that we are going to have a Kalonzo Ruto ticket. supported by Uhuru and Raila. Game will be over. So those are some of the individuals who are likely to contest for the presidency. And I believe the presidency is going to come out of this. Although the name of Fred Matiang'i is also coming out very strongly. And someone was telling me that even from the body language of Uhuru Kenyatta when he was in Kisii, he was disappointed that the people of Kisii were actually rejecting Fred Matiang'i, a man he had hoped would even succeed him. But what are some of the factors which are likely to determine the next president of the Republic of Kenya? Number one, in my view, is President Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy. And I want to ask you a simple question, especially those who support the deputy president. They always believe that Uhuru Kenyatta is a nobody, that William Ruto is actually doing better without Uhuru Kenyatta's support. They always say that. But when an opportunity presents itself, then they start praising Uhuru Kenyatta. I want to take you back to the events at the Bomas of Kenya. At the Bomas of Kenya, after that event, there are those who believe that Uhuru Kenyatta still has that chemistry with the deputy president. And the tone of those who support the deputy president and were against Uhuru Kenyatta actually changed. So that's how powerful Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy is going to determine the next president of the Republic of Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta is keen on unity of the Republic of Kenya. So probably Uhuru Kenyatta is going to go for a situation where both Raila Odinga and William Ruto even work together. If that won't work, then Uhuru Kenyatta is going to do what is called electoral justice, because he's keen on this. He's going to ensure that a contest between William Ruto, Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Musalia Mudavadi is going to be presided over by a free, fair, and transparent electoral body, without the interference of the state and of the system. Because anytime there's that interference, then people normally complain. So that we are going to have an election. Uhuru is going to say, I'm going home. I don't want anything. But because you guys want to run for the presidency, now muende kwa kiwanja. Fight there. Then Uhuru Kenyatta is going to watch. So if Ruto will emerge the winner, well and good. Raila Odinga will acknowledge that yenyewe tumefight, nimeshindwa. So I'm now becoming the official opposition leader in the country. If Raila will win, the same will apply to the deputy president. And if it will be Kalonzo Musyoka, then it's going to apply. So Uhuru legacy is going to determine the next president of the Republic of Kenya. Number two is business interest. As a matter of fact, politics is always a very interesting game. It's very interesting because those who participate in elections, like William Ruto, Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, are going to go to the rich. They are going to look for the rich people around. And they are going to get money from these rich people in the hope that they are going to promise them that, ukinipea hii pesa, I'm going to put it in the campaign. And if I win the elections, then I'm going to protect you. So business interest. So after protecting you, then because I have won, definitely you are going to do business with us. That's how you can look at how Jimmy Wanjigi has been supporting Raila Odinga in the hope that Raila was going to be the next president. Then he was going to continue with his business. Then once they get the money from the rich, then they'll go now to ask for votes using those money from the poor. And I want you to look at it from the hustler's narrative. Then you now go to the poor and you tell the poor that I want to run for the presidency. And because you guys are poor, I want to go and protect your interest. Maneno yenu nitangalia. Nikiform government, then I'm going to take care of your interest. No, that's what politics is all about. And once they win the elections, then everything, the circles continues. So business interests. Who is likely to take care of the business interest of the deep state? The business interest of the system? Who is likely to take good care of those interests? If it's Musalia Mudavadi, if it's Raila Odinga, if it's William Ruto, if they don't have problem with any of those, then any of them can become the president. But as long as they have an issue with one of them, you can't fight money, my friend. There are people with money in this country. Number 3 is this narrative which the deputy president began, the dynasties versus the hustler. I don't know whether it was started by William Ruto or Mutai Ngunyi, but I think the narrative was coined by Mutai Ngunyi. That dynasty and hustlers narrative is also going to win the presidency. Who is going to advance it and who is going to succeed? Is William Ruto going to convince the poor people that they have not become president because of the dynasties? Will someone like Raila Odinga explain to the poor people that indeed the fact that you are rich doesn't make you special to the other guy? The fact that this guy is a billionaire and purporting to be a millionaire, a poor guy, cannot make you. Will Raila Odinga convince them that, for example, me, I've been jailed. My wife was removed from TSC. My wife was removed from TSC. My kids could not even get schools for fighting for your rights. So that dynasty and hustlers narrative is going to play a key role. Number 4 is the system. Who are they comfortable with? It's going to determine that. And lastly, it's going to be issues and policies. Although in this country, politics is never about issues, it's never about policies. But ultimately, for the purposes of this general election, I am sure that Kenyans are going to look at it from issues and policies. Because, if the constitution is going to be changed, more funds are going to be devolved. So Kenyans, because of devolution, they've now realized, kumbe, watu wanaibanga pesa. Kumbe, this thing can be done. So who is going to sell policies? Take, for example, in 2012, Jubilee government, was it 2012 or 17? Jubilee government promised kids laptops to an extent that when my boy was growing up, he really pushed me that he anataka laptop. Will those issues come up again? Because we all know that as we speak now, most of these leaders are actually working hard. Their advisors are working hard to craft a narrative for their campaigns. I don't know what you think, but who do you think is likely to become the next president of the Republic of Kenya? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section. And if you're watching this video for the first time, please take a second or two and click subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Thank you guys, and please may you have a nice day. Bye-bye. By the way, kesho is my birthday. And one of the best hotels in Siaya are willing to offer to sponsor me and my family at their facilities. So likely tomorrow I'll be in Siaya. Tukutane.